Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. It's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today we got a decent NHL card. Of course, we got 847 college basketball games. And we get an okay NBA card. I'll be
honest. Maybe we put NBA first. I'm only talking one game because with all the college basketball, I only bet one game in the NBA because that was not my focus today.
Yeah, neither is mine. I didn't even look at the NBA. I'll be straight up. I capped the college basketball card. I capped the NHL card. That was it. I wasn't going above and beyond crazy today with that. So yeah. But yeah. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday, what went right, what went wrong in the world of sports betting. And yesterday, I felt good about the hockey card, and I remember why I stopped doubling up on games and things along those lines, because they're not fun when they lose. The Florida Panthers decided let's not show up yesterday. They still got 4 goals, which got the team total over 3.5, but they lost the -1, which hurt.
If you ever say that the Florida Panthers are the best team in hockey again, I'm going to smack you.
I still think they are.
You can't say they're the best team in hockey and then watch them lose to the Minnesota Wild. That doesn't work.
Can I make an argument behind that?
No.
If you looked at the 5-on-5 numbers, the Minnesota Wild produced half a goal, expected goal-wise. They scored.
It was rigged last night. Okay.
Yeah. Well, if you look at it, the Minnesota Wild needed the refs on their side. No, but they scored not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 power play goals last night.
That's a lot of power play goals.
Florida Panthers did not need a power play to score a goal. So if it was 5-on-5, we were looking at a 4-1 Panthers game, which is exactly the way I capped it. I did not cap it for every single time the Florida Panthers breathed on the Wild, the referee's arms go up. So that was frustrating to watch. I shut that game off in like the second period after I saw the 427th power play for the Wild. Frustrating, but at the end of that, you need to kill some penalties. You can't give up 5 power play goals and expect to win a hockey game. The Detroit Red Wings team total over 2.5 and money line were both losers. The Carolina Hurricanes to take a 3-2 lead, score a power play goal. So power plays were not on my side last night. I think it was Svechnikov on the power play to make it 3-2. So I lost both those. And I put it out on Twitter yesterday. It came true, and I'm just waiting for the last part of it to come true. Last night, I should have made more money on that Islander game. I absolutely should have. Yep. So I had the Islanders team total under 3.5 and the full game under 6. I should have just taken the Blackhawks money line. Because I said this last night. I said I said this on Twitter yesterday. I said my bold take is that the Blackhawks beat the Islanders and then the Islanders fire Lane Lambert. I'm still waiting on news that Lane Lambert's fired, which I've still yet to get, which is frustrating because I don't know how basically getting reverse swept through your road trip and then concluding it with losing to the Chicago Blackhawks. How does this guy still have a job? Like, honestly.
He's doing great. He deserves a raise.
Unreal. How this guy still has a job in the NHL right now. Because you've seen the downgrade in defense that the Islanders – and it was pretty obvious last night. The Islanders gave up on Lane Lambert. They gave up on him because they don't trust him anymore. And that's just the way it is. But that's beyond the point. I went 2-4 in the NHL last night. Not good. The NBA reminds me why it stands for no betting allowed, 0-3. Magic +5, Magic +175, New Orleans money line, blowout, loser. It feels like that's been the trend in 2024 with the NBA for me is I bet a team and they get their ass whooped. I don't know what it is. It's just every single time I bet an NBA team, I look and it's an 18-point game and not in the right direction. So one of the reasons why I'm not even looking at the NBA today. 1-1 split in college basketball for me. Xavier minus 12.5. They win by 1. They do not cover. Quinnipiac take care of business though. 1-1 there, down 0.05 units. Not a good day yesterday. Hopefully today's better.
Yeah, definitely not a good day yesterday. Down 5.55 units on the site. You know what? Shit happens. And I'm not we're still up nicely for the month so far, or for the year in general. Xavier, 1 by 1. Whatever. The over in the Charlotte game was a nice winner, though. That one finished a 120-124 game. You had Detroit. It happens. I kind of leaned Carolina, but it is. Minnesota beats Florida, as you just mentioned. So Florida was a loser. Toledo -6. They lose outright. Quinnipiac, nice winner there. We'll get to that game in just a second. Pelicans -2, loser. Under in the Isles game, loser. Over in the Cooper game, loser. Which is just frustrating because the only reason why the game went under, 52 points in the third quarter. Other than that, 52 in the second quarter. They had good first and fourth quarters, but the middle ones did not work. And I'm done. And I'm done betting the Lakers now. And I'm done betting Pacer over blind. I said that if that one lost, I would stop betting it. There you go. And then the Lakers get blown out by 18, reminding me that the Lakers are trash. But I will say the biggest game of the night, the best game of the night, Nick. Hey, Boston. It's a very nice 20-0 home record that you guys have built this year. It'd be a shame if somebody just went in and took that away from you and completely ruined your undefeated Denver. Bang. 100 win. Joker, 1 assist off of his 13th triple-double of the year. Jamal Murray, 35 points. Just an overall well-played game by the Nuggets. Really, really solid defensive game played by the Nuggets. And a road win in Boston where nobody has won this year. It snapped a 27-game home winning streak for the Boston Celtics. Nick, do you know the last time the Boston Celtics lost at home?
When?
Well, I don't remember the exact date, but it was a double overtime loss to your New York Knicks.
Hell yeah. So
that was the last time that the Celtics had lost a home game until Denver went and did it last night, which was just beautiful. Overall, shitty day. Not going to sugarcoat it. I'm happy with the Nuggets, but overall, not happy with yesterday in general. But
sure.
Lots of college basketball today. I'm super excited. I got 5. If you guys had not watched Ballin' Out, I got 5 system plays, and I'm excited for college basketball today, Nick.
Yeah, should be interesting. As I'm preparing to lock in the plays that we had written down. Which all the for me, the latest game that has value on the index is a 6:00 game. So my college basketball night will not be going late into the night.
I don't know exactly. I know that we got it looks like 22 plays up on the site for college basketball today, or 21 plays because one of the ones I put in was NBA. But lots and lots of college basketball, and I'm excited for today.
Yeah.
Let's go say hi to Marcos. The chat. What's up, my guys? Let's get it. Let's catch today. Hit the like button, people. Show appreciation, and share. Tim, you know the rest of the saying. Marcos, don't be mad at me. We're talking over one game today, not all 8. Because I don't have plays on the other 8. So my thinking is, if I don't have a play, I don't want to be wasting your time. So we'll talk over one of the games today because we got a big college basketball card. Lots of college basketball, yes, and a little bit of NFL. That's right. I had to put up NFL as well. More importantly, NBA. One NBA game I'm talking about. Fakers' rare loss at home and didn't come the -7 at all. They got beat bad by the Nets. You know what? Fine. If it's me losing a bet because the Lakers lose, worth it. Pacers lost straight up to Portland. Should have taken Portland plus points. Pels off.
All of a sudden,
loss
Portland's
to
on a winning streak.
Phoenix. Heat lose to Atlanta without Trae Young. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. The only thing that I was on that covered was Philly minus and the over, Charlotte over, and the 4-point spread that landed at 4. And I did take Denver +7 and money line. Boston finally lost at home. Got to love it. Indy over failed. Rough night yesterday on NBA and in college basketball, but new day. Let's bounce back. Let's get it. Hawks upset the Islanders. Wild upset the Panthers. Yes, they did. Yo. Markel is in the chat. What's up, guys? Let's go Blues. I'm guessing Blues today. Shout out to Mr. Razor Picks in the chat. 49ers easy money today. No way they win. No way they can't win against a 7 seed by 10 points.
I mean, they sound like easy money to me. You might as well. I mean, you can hear Razor. I will give you the betting strategy of the day. Take the 49ers money line and parlay it with every bet you make. There's no possible way the 49ers lose to the Packers today. Not at all. They're practically a lock. There
Go,
you go.
Pack, go.
I had that clip ready to go. Go, Pack, go.
Yes,
Let's go. Let's go Packers today. Let's get it. Oh, man.
Packers.
I know, right, Markel? Cheeseheads, yes. Ravens more trustworthy than Niners. I don't even know about that one.
Yes, I agree with that statement.
I like the dogs in the NFC. I'm not sure about the dogs in the AFC. I'm not sure about the Ravens.
I like the
I'm not
favorites
sure
in the AFC.
that Ravens game. I'm not sure about in general. I think that's the only one that I don't want to do anything with. Morning, guys. Hope everyone is doing well. Let's have a great day. Let's do it, AM Esker. Football. Yeah, 49ers or Ravens in the Super Bowl. No to the Niners. And no to the Ravens because I like hey in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I like Buffalo a little bit as well.
I was on Quinnipiac. There you go. And I took you took Georgetown. There you go. You liked Orlando. And you liked Orlando. I said Philly, and yes, Toledo straight up lost. Yeah, I know. ECU is only a 4.5, 5.5. I got it at 5.5. Versus an 11-6 team. Let's go Pirates. Hold on, let me pull up that one. Let's go ECU. Okay, time. Who do you think is okay? Time. Tim? Who are you taking right now with a gun to your head? Lakers or the Suns? Just pull the trigger. Just shoot me. If it's in LA, I'm taking the Lakers. If it's in Phoenix, I'm taking the Suns. Whoever's the home team. Loving the Ravens jersey, Nick.
Me too.
What up, guys? What's up, Big Mouth Rob? Taking the dogs in the NFL. I kind of lean Texans. But I'm going to stay off of that Texans game. I will say I'm kind of rooting for Houston because I feel like that would be an easier game for, and I'm hoping Buffalo wins. My thing is, because I have Buffalo futures. So I kind of like Buffalo to roll tomorrow. I won't be mad at you, Tim. I'm cool with. Okay, I got you. Hey, Marcos, I'll message you in a minute once I'm done tracking all this stuff. We got some big games today. Nets. Yeah, I know the Nets one. That was weird as all shit. Let's start off in the We'll start off in the NBA. Then we'll go NFL, and then we'll end out the slate with hockey. Sound good?
Okay, sound good.
All right, we'll talk about the one game that I do have interest in.
Yeah, I have no interest in any NBA, so I'll let you take this one away. Cleveland minus 2.5, total 230 against the Hawks.
This one's more of a fade of the Hawks than it is a bet on the Cavs. You get the Atlanta Hawks on a second leg of a back-to-back after a buzzer beater win versus the Heat, and you get a Cleveland team that's been rested. They last played on the 17th, so they had 3 days of rest. Not to mention, Atlanta is the worst ATS team in the NBA, and they are 4-15 against the spread at home. So I made it simple. One bet that I like today, and one bet only. Give me the Cleveland Cavaliers. Simple enough. Kind of just a quick and easy for NBA today. So I saw that I had something involved in the NBA. I didn't want to leave it off completely.
Fair.
To the chat, Nick, I'm quickly tracking all the college basketball plays so that I can post them up on the member only.
Yeah. Tariq says, what's fellas? Texans will struggle playing outdoors in cold weather. I kind of agree.
It is a snow game, so.
And we saw Shroud, I believe, during outdoor games, like during those type of situations, struggle. Worst sport during the show basketball. Yeah, I agree.
Gee, thanks.
Cavs under 2,333.
I would say that's a lock. Under 2,333, that's an absolute lock.
Yeah. Okay, Tim, hit me up later. Yep. They rested Trey for the Cavs game. Tim should be worried.
I'm not worried. No.
We'll head into some NFL here. We have the Baltimore Ravens and the Houston Texans. The Ravens 9.5-point favorites. Total of 44 in this game. A line moving up, so a little bit of line movement towards this over here as well, which is kind of interesting. Let's get into the line history in this spot here, where this line opened up at, depending on your book, and not about 9.5. I saw it a 10 at even money, so really a 9.5 it opened up at, and it's still a 9.5, slightly moving towards the Ravens, a 3-cent line movement towards Baltimore. Line opened up at a 48. It immediately went down 4 minutes, immediately down, but went down around 4.5 minutes later to a 45.5, and since then it's moved down another 2 points towards the under, down to the 43.5. Let's take a look at where the money is coming in on this game here, where we have 56% of the tickets and 52% of the cash. So on the Texans, the lines move slightly towards the Ravens. We have 47% of the tickets, 72% of the cash on the under, and the line's just continuing to plummet. I'm assuming this line movement down is a result of the weather for this game as well. Let me take a look what that is real quick, because
snow.
Yeah, the question is there wind? Is there wind is the bigger question. I can care less about snow, rain, sleet, hail, whatever. The wind is what I'm most worried about, and we're seeing 16-mile-an-hour winds to 14-mile-an-hour winds during game time. So, and when you look at this matchup here, we have Ravens coming in 13-4, Texans 11-7. Nice little story for the Texans. They make it back to the playoffs. They get a playoff win. CJ Stroud is looking good. CJ Stroud, I heard some analytics that he's one of the luckier quarterbacks in the league because on I forgot what the stat was, but it was like balls that should have been intercepted. He had like no interceptions off those passes, and I think eventually that's going to come to an end. The Ravens are coming in off of a loss, but don't let that fool you. They already had the number 1 seed locked up. They already had the division locked up, and they rested all their starters against Pittsburgh. Previous to that, all they did was dummy playoff teams. 56-19 against Miami, 33-14 against San Fran, 37-31 against the Rams, 34-20 against the Bengals, but that was when Burrow was still healthy. This is just 37-3 against Seattle, but they weren't a playoff team, but they were in contention to be one. Jacksonville, they beat 23-7. Like they just went through and blew out everybody. And I think that's something we could see here in this spot. I think this is a smash and grab with the Ravens. I got a -6.5 first half. I got a -9.5 full game. I think this is a reality check for CJ Stroud and the Texans in this game. And I see this as something along the lines of 31-14. I think this is a 17-point win for Baltimore.
I don't see that. I mean, I'm not okay. This is the one playoff game I have nothing in. But I will say, no, I don't know. This is the one game I really couldn't figure out because I was flipping back and forth immediately off the rip. I'm like Baltimore, It's got to be Baltimore. And then I looked more into it. 1 seeds are just not covering. Like throughout it's off a bye, 1 seeds are not covering. They're like 10-25 their last 35 games against the spread. And you have to lay double digits on both the 1 seeds today. So if anything, I feel like and I know you're doing it. I feel like you can't flip-flop here. I feel like you have to go either after both the 1 seeds or both the dogs. And I would lean towards Houston in this one, but this is the one game I'm not going to bet.
Fair.
So I do have a plan on the second game, though. Baltimore minus 21, 17, 10. Okay, you're just taking Baltimore galore.
Yeah, I think this is a blowout. Yeah.
I like Cleveland. There you go. Ravens have rest, home advantage, plus they watched the Texans, what they did last week. Yeah, we could say that about all the teams that had the 1 seed, and they still didn't come out. Like, I know I haven't bet all the lower seeds throughout the divisional rounds and all, but 10-25 against this, or 10-25-1 against the spread in their last 36 games. So that would be the last 19 years. A 1 seed has not covered. I don't know. I would have trouble laying it with the Ravens. Good morning, Nick. Good morning, Tim. How are you guys? We're good. Patch smash. Hey, Nasty Nate, how about them Celtics? How about them Celtics smash last night? Right? How about them Oh, sorry. The part is NBA. Oh. I think it's hockey. The worst part is hockey. 20-7 type of game. Honestly, I would lean towards the over in that game, though. How about the second game of the day, Nick?
Yeah, we have the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. The Niners 10-point favorites, total 51 in this game. We had razor sharp picks coming in earlier saying that the 49ers are easy money today. They opened up at a 10. It got down to a 9.5. It went right back up to a 10. And this line opened up at a 50.5. It went down to a 50. It's up to a 50.5. And we're seeing 51s pop up here. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game, 74% of the tickets, 82% of the cash is on the under. In this spot here, we have 58% of the tickets and 59% of the cash is on the 49ers on the spread. So we have people saying that the who do you call it, are public today when they're really not the Packers. The more public side, if you're looking at a dog, which we don't have 2 public dogs anymore. We have some balanced out action here according to Action Network. The more public dog would technically be the Texans in this for today. And I think one seed is done at the end of the day. And I think it's the Niners here. I like the Packers. I got them at plus 10, and I got them at plus 365. And I'm kind of looking towards, by the way, I have this game capped around an 8.5. So I saw a little bit of value here with the Packers in this game. And one thing that kind of is intriguing me a little bit in this game is looking towards an under. I see this game as potentially one of those where if the Packers are going to win, they're going to run the ball with Aaron Jones. And they're going to try to keep this Niner offense off the field. And that would probably be the best way to do it, which would ultimately probably lead you to looking towards either just the under in general, which the under is 51 now, or probably what I'll end up landing on for tonight, San Fran team total under 30.5, minus 105. I know the Niners are just a walking 30 points, but if the game plays out to the game script that I have for it, the Niners don't get to 30. And actually, when you look at it, 4 of the last 5 games, the Niners have failed to score 30. Previous to that, they were doing it, felt like every week. But 20 against the Rams, granted they rested their starters. 27 against the Commanders, 19 against the Ravens, 45 against the Cardinals, 28 against the Seahawks. Previous to that, 42 against the Eagles, 31 against the Seahawks, 27 against the Buccaneers, 34 against the Jaguars and 17 against the Bengals. So this is a team that I think we could see the Packers slow them down offensively here a little bit. And I would look towards maybe a team total under here with the Niners as well. Feeling.
I'm not going to be interested in a Niners team total under. I would lean towards the over in this game in general. I am on the Packers. I love it because where I work, they're always, who's going to win? Who's going to win? So I told a bunch of people, Packers are about to win outright again in San Francisco. And I see it happening. I called them last week because I said that last week. I said Packers outright versus the Cowboys. And I'll call it again this week. And then I'll call one more dog for tomorrow. And it's going to be
Tampa.
It's going to be Tampa. But I do like the Packers in this one, Nick. And actually, and I actually have so with the Bills Kansas City game tomorrow, Nick, this will be the first time that Patrick Mahomes plays a road playoff game, and it's the first time that Patrick Mahomes will experience a full Buffalo game. He's played in Buffalo once in his career, and it was in 2020 when there was no crowd. So I figured I'd throw that one out there too. So I saw that, thought that was interesting. Green Bay money line, Green Bay plus 10. If Green Bay wins, I think it'll go over. I agree. Baltimore over, no read on the side. San Fran minus 9 and the over 50. No, I don't like San Fran. But hold on. But Marcos is also a Packer hater, so take that in consideration. Packers early. Any fights for the Rockets playing at home against the world team? Who are they playing? Against the Jazz? I don't care. I lean Jazz. I hope the Jazz win. Maybe a first quarter, first half Packers. Hey, how about a Packers do damage? Let's do it. I like the over in the Niners game, even if it's prime time under 49ers win, not cover. It's prime time games really don't matter anymore for playoffs because they're all prime time during playoffs. Stacks Pod, Gus Edwards anytime touchdown. Get it. I'm taking the Texans. I figured you would, Brad. I figured you would. Good look on G-Town. Over in the Packers Niners. I could see the over. I even took the money line. They could have won that outright. G-Town here. Markel. I did the same. Don't matter if first road game Kansas City beats Buffalo. Too many injuries on Buffalo. This Kansas City team's not the same, though. That's not the same Kansas City team that won the Super Bowl last year. They look different. All right, Nick. How about some hockey?
Yeah. And looking at it, I'm not a huge fan of the early slate. I got one play in the early slate, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But we have the Buffalo Sabres and the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Lightning minus 120 road favorites. Total of 6.5 in this game. Let's get into the line history in this spot. Let's get up the guys switch from football to hockey. If it'll load sometime today, that'll be cool.
Nope, no loading for you.
Nope, it's not. Cool. We'll go to the cash flow real quick. 87% of tickets, 81% of the cash is on the Lightning in this game. 64% of tickets, 87% of the cash is on the under in this game as well. And this is still not loading. What the hell? Freaking load, you stupid site. Fun times trying to get things to load. And there we go. It loaded. This line opened up with the Lightning at minus 113. It's now at 115. Line opened up at a 6.5 at plus 104. It's a 6.5 at minus 103. So we've had to move towards the over. We've had to move towards the Lightning in this game. Obviously, we had majority of the tickets on the under and the Lightning here. I have the Sabres as a slight favorite in this game. I lean Sabres in this spot. I just don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger on it here in this game. They're even money. I don't hate it. When you take a look at the season or at the head-to-head, the Sabres have actually won 3 in a row against these Tampa Bay Lightning. 3 of the last four have gone to overtime in this game for this series. We had the Lightning coming in playing some really good hockey, though. They've won 4 in a row, 5 of their last 6. Their only loss was in Boston, 7-3. They beat the Wild 4-1. Okay, crappy win there. 3-2 against a struggling LA team in overtime. 4-3 against the Devils in overtime, a struggling Devils team. 5-1 against Anaheim. Okay, and 7-3 against. Maybe this winning streak is not as good as we think it is. But on the flip side, the Sabres on a winning streak. Yay! They beat the Blackhawks and the Sharks. I think they just said, hold my beer. But no play for me in this game. It would be leaning towards Buffalo if I had to bet a side. But I think I'm only eyeing down one afternoon game.
But the Sabres haven't won 3 in a row at all this year. There's no way they win 3 in a row. No, I it's the early game, so we'll get off the stream here, and it won't be long until the Sabres game starts, so I'll be able to chill watch that today. But as far as action, I want to look at player props, and I feel like normally you go towards a line, Nick. And what line do I normally go towards?
Fishy lines.
No. Like what Sabres line do I normally bet on to get points?
Money line. Oh, line. Talk Thompson Skinner.
Well, I'm not going to there today. Because I want to go to the kid line. And that includes JJ Peterka, it includes Jack Quinn, and I believe Cousins is back today.
He's day-to-day, but yeah.
He's day-to-day. Do we have a starting lineup? Have the Sabres put out a starting lineup for today yet? Normally they put something out. Let's see. Sabres. Have you guys put out a lineup for today yet? Nope, just a picture of people walking into the stadium. Yeah, no. The fact that they called up Eric Comrie for whatever freaking reason, that's stupid. But no, sorry, no, nothing yet for that. No starting lineup. But I want to attack the kid line. So the second line, I would rather go after for the Sabres.
Fair.
Oh yes, Tim, you already know I don't like them Packers. Oh, but the Detroit Cats I don't like either. So we're gonna see Detroit and Green Bay in the NFC Championship game. Let's get it. Chiefs plus 350, AFC Chiefs plus 130. It's for tomorrow. And I don't like the Chiefs. But I have Buffalo 14-1 to win the AFC and 26-1 to win the Super Bowl. So I'm on the opposite side of that. Did everyone bet Detroit wins reigns yesterday? No, I didn't bet Detroit. Sabres. Yes, Sabres. Let's keep rolling to this game, Nick.
Yeah. We have the Colorado Avalanche and the Philadelphia Flyers here. The Flyers, or the Avalanche, minus 115 road favorites, total of 6 in this game. Let's get into it here. We have a beat-up Avalanche team. So this is but let's get into the line history real quick before we break it down. Where we have this will click. There we go. The Avalanche opened up at a 118. It's down to a 111. Line opened up at a 6.5 minus 126. It says 6.5 at minus 127 now. So we have a line move towards the under and a line move towards the Flyers in this game here. We have 79% of tickets and 75% of cash on the Avalanche, and the lines move towards the Flyers. We have 64% of tickets on the over, and the lines move a penny towards the under. Like I said, I don't really care about markets when it comes to the NHL. I have this game at a pick'em. I think that the pick'em number is right for this game here. Slight edge towards actually the Flyers. I have them around a minus 115 in this game. They're minus 105. Not enough for me to pull the trigger, and I have the game projected for 6.15 goals. And one thing to keep an eye out for is this Colorado Avalanche starting lineup, because they're banged up. And we saw that a little bit in their last game, because they're still without a few players. They'll be without Nichushkin for a while. He went into player assistance. He's in rehab. Bowen Byram, Arturi Lehkonen are both out as well. And, of course, they've been without Frank Hughes and Landeskog all year long. I have no interest in this game. I would like to see the Avalanche win. because I'm tired of seeing these Flyers win. But eventually, I mean, how far into the season do the Flyers need to keep winning for me to finally realize this team may be legit and it's not a team we should just be betting against anymore? So I'm gonna stay off in this game. I would lean Flyers, I guess, but no player.
I gotta go Flyers or nothing. I'm not touching the Avalanche at this line. The Flyers are interesting.
Weird.
Because they're 25-14-6. Like what? That doesn't.
I had the team ranked last to start the year.
Yeah, I think they'll. Obviously, me and you both think they're going to end up because we both had them bottom 5 in our rankings preseason. I kind of lean towards the Flyers in this one. If you're grabbing a player prop in this game, I probably wouldn't go far away from maybe Tippett. Might be the only guy I really want to look at. Did you see that goal the other night?
Yeah.
The backhanded? Oof. That was nice. I kind of lean Philly because they just are not losing. They've won 5 games in a row against Montreal, garbage. Minnesota, garbage. Winnipeg, good win there. Blues in St. Louis, good win there. And then against Dallas, 5-1 against Dallas. I think you're going to see regression eventually, but until then, I feel like this is still a good Flyer spot.
Yeah.
I think Mississippi spread. So you like Old Miss? I'm pulling up the Google Docs now just to check a look. Mississippi. Let's see. Who does Ole Miss get today? I don't have Ole Miss. Unless is it written? Is it Mississippi? It's probably Ole Miss on our spreadsheet.
No, it's Mississippi on our spreadsheet.
Nope,
right?
It's Ole Miss on our spreadsheet. It's a 1.41 point lean towards Auburn. But ranked versus ranked, and it's a 11.5 point spread. I feel like that's Auburn.
Ole Miss is overrated.
Richmond against Davidson. It's a lean towards Richmond with you there. Houston. We have a bet on Houston, just not that Cougars team. It's a different Houston team in college basketball, but it is a slight lean towards them. 2.31 points towards Houston, but once again, not interested. And then Arizona team total over. Arizona gets UCLA today. Sure, why not? I don't hate that. Let's keep rolling, Nick.
Yeah, this is one I was kind of staring at, and I might move on this later. We'll see. Nashville Predators and the Arizona Coyotes. Preds minus 140 road favorites in this game. Total of 6 in this spot here. We have Nashville opening up as this will click. There we go. Open up as minus 115. It's up to a minus 131. So we've had a decent move towards Nashville in this game. Line opened up at a plus 104. It's now a minus 108. So we'll move towards the over here as well and move towards Nashville and move towards the over in this spot. 64% of the tickets, 98% of the cash is on Nashville. Only 3,200 tickets, but still 77% of the tickets are on the over. So we have a move towards Nashville. We have a move towards the over, and we have the cash flow coming in on that as well. I have this game projected for 5.97 goals, so I do not see value in this total. I see more value on the side here, and if I'm going to get to a side, it's the Arizona Coyotes in this spot at plus 120 range in this game, plus 115. I lean in that direction. I haven't played it yet. I might play it later. I'm going to write it down with the question mark here for me. This Coyotes team at home is, I think they're bet on as a dog at home type of situation where Nashville is a team I'm looking to bet against, especially coming off of that last game where they won 2-1. The Kings produced 5.08 expected goals. So, and Saros just stood on his head. I don't see that again here in this game. It's Arizona or nothing for me, but I like the other 3 o'clock game better.
I can't go after this game. I can't bet Arizona. By the way, Arizona has dropped out of a playoff spot by 5 points now. They're on a rough ride. It also doesn't help when a bunch of teams around them is winning. By the way, just to let you know, Calgary is only 3 points behind LA for the 8th seed. So
Yeah,
figure to throw that one out there.
LA got to step it up.
Yeah. So does Arizona if they want to get in there. Nashville's currently in a spot at the moment, but we'll see how that works out for them. I feel like this one could be a good draw. Could be a good draw play. But I will be honest, I did not dive deep into NHL today. This one's a pass. I kind of look towards some player props in some games, but nothing really going in this one.
Fair.
And we'll keep rolling through the games, Nick.
Yeah, this is the game I have more interest in here. The Winnipeg Jets and the Ottawa Senators. I did a free pick video on this game last night for picks and parlays. Let's get into this game here, where we have this line opened up with the Jets as minus 128 favorites. It's up to a 143. Line opened up at a 123 to the over 6.5. It's now a minus 118 to the over 6. So it's moved down half a goal, and it's moved 15 cents towards Winnipeg. Taking a look at the cash flow here, 89% of the tickets, 98% of the cash is on Winnipeg. The lines move towards the Jets here in this one here, though. 90% of the tickets, 99% of the cash is on the under. The lines dropped half a goal. I'm looking at the side in this game, and this is pretty simple. You guys should know where I'm going to be going with this because of the way I've been betting Ottawa games as of late. We lost the last one, but we're going right back to it here. Operation Fade the Ottawa Senators. Until I lose 2 or 3 in a row, I'm not going to hop off this. Goaltending is terrible for Ottawa. When you look at their advanced numbers, they're bad. Now they've improved the last couple games. I will give them that. Because they did outplay Colorado, they did outplay San Jose, and they outplayed Montreal. But last game with them winning, is it them coming back? And is it them getting right, or is it Montreal is just an average team in a really bad situation? I think I would go towards the latter there because Montreal is. I mean, they're an average team. They're not as bad as people thought they were going to be heading into the season, but they were on a back-to-back and traveling. I have this game projected with the Jets in like the minus 200s range. So I see plenty of value here on Winnipeg here at $1.50 on the road. But I took the -1 at plus 110. So I'm on Winnipeg in this game. I like the Jets here, this spot.
J-E-T. Oh, wrong Jets team. No, I would lean towards the current third best team in the NHL, which the only teams ahead of Winnipeg right now are the Boston Bruins. They're up 1 point on them, but Winnipeg has a game in hand. And the Vancouver Canucks, who are 2 points ahead of them, and the Jets have 2 games in hand on them. So theoretically, in terms of point percentage, Winnipeg's the best team in hockey at the moment. And I would kind of lean that way. I feel like that could be a good spot. I would have to puck line it for sure, but it would be a lean towards Winnipeg with me. Keep fading the Senators. That works out nicely.
Yeah, I also don't hate the Winnipeg Jets team total over 3.5 at minus 105 as well.
I like the Winnipeg Jets to win the West. Can't spell Winnipeg without win. There you go. Senators team total under or full game under. Maybe.
I would lean more towards the Sens team total under.
Under. 3-0 or 4-0 type of game. When are you guys doing college basketball? I'm not, but I will say, because I know if I post something here, does it go to the Facebook page? It does not. All right. I'm going to go ahead and go to the Facebook page, and I'll send you the link because I did Ballin' Out last night on picks and parlays, and that is not picks for today, picks and parlays. And I did a college basketball game for the 5 college basketball games. It's the what do you call it? Plays the system plays. So if you guys are interested in that, I will put that A in the chat here, and B I'll put it in your chat. I'll put it in the Facebook chat in a minute so that you have college basketball. I'm laying minus 150. No. And EQ is just messing with me because I put tests in the chat. Let's jump to this game, Nick.
Yeah, we had the Dallas Stars, $1.40 road favorites, total of 6.5 in this game. Let's take a look at this matchup here where we have – this is the second half of a back-to-back here for the Devils. So let's get into it here. They did save what is the better goaltender for today, though. This line opened up with the Dallas Stars. Click. Come on. I love when it does this. There we go. The Dallas Stars opened up at $1.39. They're down to $1.35. So we've had a move towards the Devils. Line opened up at a 121 to the over 6.5. It's down to a 108 now to the over 6.5. So a move towards the under and a move towards the Diablos. 97% of the tickets, 99% of the cash is on the Stars, and the lines move towards the Devils. 75% of the tickets and 98% of the cash is on the under, and the lines move towards the under. 4,200 tickets in. So an okay sample size there when it comes to a market here for a hockey game. Taking a look at my projections for this game, I need to punch in numbers for the Devils game from last night, I believe. So there we go. I totally forgot I had to do that stuff because I need the numbers here. Devils versus Columbus. They won 4-1 last night. They looked good last night. They got outplayed by the Columbus Blue Jackets. So when you look at the advanced goals or the expected goals, 3.06 to 2.61 in favor of Columbus in that game. But with that being said, let me just quickly punch in these numbers, and then we will be able to break down this game. And I kind of think there's an edge on New Jersey here. And I've seen a lot of people love the Stars right off the rip here in this spot. I think this is the game I get to the Devils. And I haven't been somebody that has been backing the Devils particularly much as of late. Dallas is coming in off of that 5-1 loss against the Philadelphia Flyers. But with that being said, I mean, are they a team we're going to trust to lay $1.40 on the road with? And my answer would have to be no to that. I think, and actually the line's continuing to move down. The Devils are plus 115 now, so the line's creeping towards the Devils, and I kind of agree with the creeping towards the Devils here in this spot. They're at home, and this seems like one of those spots where I think the Devils win this game, and I think there's value on the Devils at plus 115. I think I'm going to move on them a little bit later.
I personally can't bet the Devils. It's a Stars or pass spot for me, and the only reason why I'm saying that is you got the Stars coming off of a blowout loss, and bounce back spots are for good teams. The Stars are a good team. They're one of the better teams in the Western Conference. I would lean Dallas puck line in this game, Nick, if I'm going after anything in this one. But I'm not going to bet a lot for college basketball. Not a lot for NHL today. I have a lot of college basketball.
Fair.
North Carolina. North Kakalaki. Where is UNC? What is UNC doing? No, actually, I kind of leaned Boston College in that game. Our numbers don't. Our numbers lean more towards UNC, but that 6.5 kind of just tells me Boston College, but I didn't bet it. Kennesaw. You like the Owls today? Let's see. Kennesaw State. It's a lean towards Jacksonville, but not enough for us to want to bet it. Richmond versus Davidson is a lean towards Davidson, but once again, not enough for us to bet it. Drake. It's a lean towards Evansville, but a lot of these games are just not good enough for us to bet. You like the Quakers of Pennsylvania. Actually, that should be a play on Pennsylvania. But I will say for today, Nick, I did do 3.5 or more. 3.2 points of value on Penn. So it would be Pennsylvania in this one, yes. Kentucky. You like old King Cupcake. And I don't mind going through all the games like this. Is zero value on the game. None. Like 0.1, sorry, on Kentucky. So, who's hurt on the Devils? Is Hughes still out, Nick?
Hughes is out for a little bit, yeah.
There you go.
And Dougie Hamilton is out long term, which he's on LTIR, which does open up $9 million worth of cap space for them to go out and get somebody, which will probably be a goaltender. Brendan Smith, Jack Hughes, Palat, Siegenthaler, Nostick, Hamilton.
There you go. Favorite college basketball play today? I know a lot of people are going to probably disagree with me on this one, Nick. Down goes the number one team in the nation. Give me Villanova outright versus UConn. There you go. That's my favorite play of the day. Northern Kentucky. Northern King Cupcake. It's a 0.5 point lean towards Green Bay, but once again, not enough for us to want to do anything with. I see your next comment's James Madison. It's a slight lean towards James Madison. Not enough to bet it. And barbecue sauce. I know exactly who this is. Yes, Cameron, barbecue sauce. For sure.
Always barbecue sauce.
It's always barbecue. Dude, come on. That's a stupid question. It's always barbecue sauce. Let me just make sure. Confirm that it is. Yep. Okay. I just wanted to make sure it was Cameron. How you doing, dude?
Who else?
Cameron, I hope your Eagles are doing. Oh shit. Anyways, let's move on to the next game.
Sheesh. Yeah, we have Les Habitants. They're traveling to Boston to take on the Bruins. Minus 285 for the Bruins. Total of 6 in this game. Line opened up at a 275. It's up to a 276, so a massive 1 cent line movement towards the Bruins. We had this line open up at a 6 at minus 125. It's now a 6 at minus 115. So we have a move towards the under. We have a move towards the Bruins. Taking a look at the cash flow here, we have 89% of the tickets are on the Bruins. No cash on it, though. 87% of the tickets, 99% of the cash on the puck line. 92% of the tickets, 98% of the cash on the under. Lines move towards the under in this game as well. Let's take a look at my projections for this game, which obviously I'm not going to come out and tell you here that there's value on a minus 285 because there's not. I have this game projected around a minus 200. So do I have any interest in backing them? No. I have this game projected around 5.5, so I would lean towards the under in this game. This hockey card does not have too much on it that I like. For a big card, it's kind of like, it'd be Montreal or nothing. It'd be under or nothing. It's a pass for me, though. I really don't have too much interest in this game. Maybe if you want to get first key a draw. I don't know. This seems like one of those games where Montreal will show up after getting embarrassed by Ottawa. But when you look at this matchup, I would like to make an argument for the Canadiens, but they've lost 9 of 10 against the Bruins. They're coming in off of that bad 6-2 loss. On the flip side, we have Boston coming in off of a very convincing 5-2 win against the Colorado Avalanche. So no interest in this game for me. There's better games on the slate than trying to find a way to lay minus 285 with the Bruins or get a big number for the Habs.
Yeah, I have no interest in this game. Maybe I lean towards an over. Maybe some player props.
Over.
Huh?
An over.
Yeah. And it's because I think Boston would score. That's it.
Fair.
Love you, buddy. Love you too, Cameron. I have to come by. I have to come by again. You're still at the restaurant, right? You're still there. He wanted the Eagles to lose. Fire Brian Johnson and Desari.
No, their screen passes looked amazing.
Holy crap. Okay. Late AF, but I made it. Good luck today, brothers. Thank you for the show. We got you, Stop Gio. Swayman's 7-0-1 career versus Montreal.
Enough to keep me off, yeah.
There you go. Sabres money line. Road to the playoffs continues. Let's go, Buffalo. I love a real deal. Lean draw. I could see a lean draw. Montreal whole team out.
Not really. Let me check their injury report. I don't remember. I don't think there was, but
Okay.
Let's see who they have on the injury report. Anderson's due back today. They have Dvorak, Newhook, Doc, and Pearson out.
There you go. You're the manager now. Oh, shit. That place has gone down to hell. What about the passes on 3rd and 2? 4 different times didn't work. Yeesh. You have a good day too, Cameron. I enjoy you stopping by. We'll have to stop by and see you again. Overtime type of game. I can see it. 4-3 type of game.
Maybe Canadians plus 1.5.
Are they a factor? The injuries? No. There's no injuries that are a factor.
Not really, no.
I'm going to say it. I think this one's the best game of the day.
Yeah. Let's get into it here. We have the Toronto Maple Leafs traveling to Vancouver to take on the Canucks in this game here, where we have this line opened up with the Canucks as minus 127 favorites on BetOnline. It's down to a 120. So we've had a move towards Toronto in this game. Line opened up at a 6.5 minus 125. It's now a 6.5 at minus 128. So move towards the over, move towards the Leafs. In this one here, we have 85% of the tickets, 81% of the cash is on the Canucks, and the lines move towards the Leafs. So for once, the Maple Leafs are not a public team. Yeah, 83% of the tickets and 93% of the cash on the over. Lines move slightly towards the over here in this one. I kind of don't hate that look by Stop Geo in the chat saying the Toronto Maple draws in this game here. I think this game could be closer than people think. I also lean towards the under in this game if it's going to be Martin Jones and Thatcher Demko. And I have this game projected at around minus 115, minus 120 range for the Canucks. So I see a little bit of value here with the Leafs. Is it enough value for me to pull the trigger? No, I think there's more value on the under 6.5 in this game if I were to be playing anything in this one. I'm going to write that one down as something I might get to later. Because when you look at it, yeah, this game could easily be 5-4, which does scare me a little bit. But if it's Martin Jones, I kind of don't mind the under, which I didn't think I'd be saying in the year of 2024. And this is 6.5 juice towards the over. Maybe if we get this line going up to a 7, I'll pull the trigger on an under in this game. If we can get a 7 in this game. Martin Jones has been good, and Thatcher Demko has been one of the best goalies in hockey this year. So I do think this is an underrated goalie battle. And if you give me a 7 here, I'm gonna write that down. Wait for a 7, and then pull the trigger. Wait for 7. And I think I'm gonna move on the under here if this gets to a 7.
I'm gonna say for this one, I want to go a little bit kind of crazy with it.
By the Vancouver Canucks.
Puckland. This is a Toronto team that's really struggling right now, and a Vancouver team that's currently the best team in the NHL. And you can get their puck line around. I'm seeing plus 190 at the top, and that's on Bovada. I like the Canucks in this game. This is one of my stronger plays. And then there's plenty of Canuck props that I kind of look towards. You can look at JT Miller assist. He's got 41 assists this year. I like Pettersson to get an assist. 35 assists there this year. Quinn Hughes to get an assist. He's got 42 this year. And if you want to look towards Brock Besser. To score a goal, he's got 27 that leads the team. I know it's probably the chalky ones, but I would look towards some player props in this one too. I like the Canucks to roll against the Maple Leafs.
Seems too easy. I mean, I know what I've said about too easy in the NHL.
Cock line it.
Yeah.
Maple draws. No. Canucks money line minus 125-ish / draw. I don't like the draw. I could see this game ending 5-2. Was looking at the draw. I don't like the draw. 3-3. It ends 4-3. I don't want the draw because I want to see Toronto start losing games. Even though I have Toronto to win the President's Cup trophy, which is not going to hit. Let's jump into this one, Nick, which is one of the plays that you normally like.
Yeah, except for their favorites in this game. Blues minus 130 favorites in this game, total of 6 in this spot. This line definitely is moved because I saw this game around minus 115 last night on my book. Let's see how much it's moved though. Line opened up at a 113. It's up to a 123. So the line has moved towards the Blues. Line opened up at a 6 at plus 104. It's now a 6 at plus 102. So a move towards the Blues and a move towards the under. And this one here, 31% of the tickets, 94% of the cash are on the Blues. The lines move towards them. 77% of the tickets are on the under. The lines move towards them there. These two teams have moved. These two teams just played. The Capitals won last game 5-2. I think this is a flip game. Now, as for the total, I have no interest in the total here in this spot. I have this game projected at a 6. It is at a 6, or 6.008 to be exact. But I do have the Blues projected as about $1.40, $1.45 favorites in this game. So I'm going to be on the Blues at minus 125 in this game. I was on them last game. It got burned, but I'll be on them today here at this number. I'm seeing 125 for the Blues. I think that's a reasonable number here. They are coming in off of a game where they just lost to these very Capitals. So I think this is one of those spots where St. Louis steps up and takes care of business in this game. Blues minus 125. I'll most likely be on.
Yeah. Just another game. I liked a couple spots on today's card. This is not one of them. It would be a lean towards the Blues, I guess. I do expect Washington to eventually slow down. Did you mention that these two teams just played?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's kind of be a revenge spot for St. Louis. So that kind of pushes me towards it. And once again, in this one, it's not St. Louis money line, but
Puck line.
And you can get the puck line at over $2. So it would be a lean towards that. But am I getting to it? Probably not.
Fair.
It could. NHL, Canadians under 2.5 goals, and Sam Montague under a goal plus 122 from Shout Out King. A shot out King.
Yeah, Monahan.
Good luck to you. All right. You know what, Nick? I lied about the Toronto game being the best one. Here we go.
Yeah. This is what we all live and wait for here as hockey fans.
Stop it. Get some help.
All right. Anaheim Ducks are $1.30 favorites on the road. I didn't think I'd be saying that at all.
They're against the
total of 6. Yeah. Line opened up at a 115. It's up to a 125. Line opened up at a 6 at minus 120. It's now a 6 at minus 115. So a move towards the under, move towards the Quackers here in this spot. 95% of the tickets, 99% of the cash is on the Quackers in this game. And the lines move towards the Quackers here in this one. 58% of the tickets, 86% of the cash is on the over as well. I have this game projected for, get this, Sharks as a favorite. Minus 110 favorites, but I have them as a favorite in this game. And you can get them at plus 105. I'm actually very interested in San Jose in this game. I'm going to write down the Sharks at plus 105 as a potential play to look at here later. And for me, it's, you really want to be laying chalk on the road with the with the Ducks right now?
No.
Granted, the Ducks have won 8 of the last 10 meetings. 3 of the last 5 have gone to overtime, and 5 of the last 10 have gone to overtime. All of those teams that have gone to overtime between those these two teams were won by the Ducks. The only time that the Sharks have won, it was a 6-1 game and a 4-1 game. The Ducks are coming in rested, but this is their first game back off a long road trip. But their last game of the road trip was on the 16th against Washington. So they've had 4 days to rest and be ready. And on the flip side, same thing for the Sharks. This is their first game back off of a long road trip where they last played on the 16th. Granted, they only won 1 game of that road trip. They beat the Montreal Canadiens 3-2. But on that road trip, they lost 7-1 to the Leafs. They beat the Montreal Canadiens 3-2. They lost 5-4 against the Sens. They lost 3-0 against the Sabres, and they lost 2-1 in a shootout against Chicago. These are two teams that are just going in the absolute wrong direction. But if there's, I mean, at this number, it sounds crazy. I'm going to probably be on the Sharks today at plus 105.
Pass. Okay. Let's move on to the next game.
Yeah, the Edmonton Oilers minus 170 favorites, total of 6.5 in this game. Let's get into the line history for the Battle of Alberta between Edmonton and Calgary, where this line opened up minus 148 for the Edmonton Oilers. It's now a minus 157. It did get up to a 160 on BetOnline, so I don't know where I got that set or a 170 number from. I think it was Bovada. Line opened up at a 7 at plus 104. It's now down to a 6.5. We've had a slight move towards the under here in this game as well, and a move towards the Oilers in this spot here. Oilers obviously coming in on that 12-game winning streak. 98% of the tickets, 99% of the cash is on the Oilers. The lines move towards the Oilers. 82% of the tickets, 93% of the cash is on the over. The line's actually gone from 7 to a 6.5. Now, yes, the Oilers have been playing really well as of late. So have the Flames.
Yes.
And this is in Edmonton, or this is in Calgary, my bad. Edmonton's won 3 straight meetings and 6 of the last 7. No, 7 of the last 8 against these Calgary Flames, including 4 in a row in the playoffs in 2022 as well. These two teams have not played since October 29th of 2023. That game was a fun one because that was being played at in Corvallis Field, or not Corvallis Field. What was it called? It was what was this field called? Edmonton Elks Stadium. Commonwealth. Their last time these two teams played, it was in Commonwealth, the Edmonton Elks Stadium for the Winter Classic game. The Oilers won that game 5-2. I think the Oilers win this game again. But do I want to be betting on teams that I've not been betting on the last whatever to win a 13th straight game? Does make me a little bit nervous. But my numbers have this game for the Oilers to blow them out, especially if it's Vladar in net. I will be pulling the trigger on the Oilers if it's Vladar in net, and it'll probably be the Oilers -1, and it'll be the Oilers team total over. I would probably be if they tell me it's Vladar. Now, what is this Oilers team total? -125 for over 3.5. I have no problem with that at all. And the -1 line will be 155 and 160. So it'll be plus money for -1 line here with the Oilers. It'll be plus 102 for the Oilers -1. I'm actually very interested in that. If I get the confirmation that's Vladar, Oilers -1, Oilers team total over 3.5 for me.
I'm just not really interested in trying to jump in front of a team where their last loss was on December 19th. That's over a month ago. The last time the Oilers lost was December 19th in New York against the Islanders. Since then, wins against New Jersey, New York, the Rangers, San Jose, Kings, Ducks, Flyers, Ottawa, Chicago, Detroit, Montreal, Toronto, Seattle. There's no hotter team in the NHL right now. And we knew this was going to happen. We knew this was going to happen when it came to it. And honestly, I'm kind of mad at myself. I should have bet Edmonton to win their division when they were dead last in the league. Should have. Because now they are, they're still 13 points behind. But they are 25-15-1 now. This team is on fire and a very scary team. Not to mention they have 4 games in hand on Vancouver. So this is a scary team. I'm in no business of trying to fade it. Although Calgary has played some really good hockey as of late. They've won 4 out of 5. So it would be a lean towards going with Edmonton, but I can't bet this game. It's gonna be a good one.
Fair.
Definitely should be a good game.
Yeah, if they tell me it's Vladar, I'll be on the Oilers. I'll be on big.
You guys, over under 20 plus bets out there today. Way over. Way over. I'll tell you, we have alone in college basketball 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 21 plays alone in college basketball today. All of them right here if you guys are interested. I fired away on this. And the one thing I will say is I feel like I could fire away on the college basketball card because in college basketball, Nick, we're 77 and 61 in 2024, up 12.32 units. If we were not doing well, shut down, less plays. We're doing well, I could open up a little bit more and we could fire away a little bit more. So, and the only person that's better in college basketball this year on the site is Higgs. But I feel like I could say that about a lot of things with the site right now. But yes, we definitely fired away today. Anyways, we got 2 games left, Nick.
Yeah, this game has my attention a little bit here. We have the Vegas Golden Knights against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Penguins minus 125 road favorites, total of 6 in this game. And as I've mentioned before, the Penguins are bet on for me. Let's get into it here. Where we have Pittsburgh opened up. As plus 105 underdogs, and they've turned to a favorite, minus 116 now. So a move towards the Penguins here. Line opened up at a 6 at minus 116. It's a 6 at minus 106 now. So we have a move towards the under. We have a move towards Pittsburgh in this game. 88% of the tickets, 99% of the cash is on Pittsburgh, 4,600 tickets in. Nothing on the total there in that spot. And I have the Penguins projected. Trying to do math in my head here. It's around 150 favorites, 160 favorites in this game. Penguins are bet on for me. As much as I hate the Penguins, it's going to be Penn's money line for me here in this game. Around minus 120. And when you look at this team, I said they were going to go on a run. I said they were going to start playing better. Granted, they lost 2 games in overtime, but they've been playing really well. They've received points in 8 of their last 10 games. They just beat the Kraken. Now, this is another team they're well rested. They last played on the 15th against the Kraken, and now they've traveled to the West Coast to start a West Coast road trip here, the Pittsburgh Penguins. This is where they could be really tested. Actually, my bad. They only play 2 games on the road. They play in Vegas, they play in Arizona, then they're back at home to play the Florida Panthers. So that's kind of interesting there. But recently, they won 3-0 against Seattle. They lost in overtime in Carolina. No shame in that. They lost in overtime against Vancouver. No shame in that. They beat the Philadelphia Flyers. They lose to the Buffalo Sabres. There is shame in that. They beat the Bruins in Boston. They lose to the Capitals, where they just didn't show up in the first period. But then after that, really were the better team. They beat the Islanders. They beat the Blues. They beat the Islanders. They lose an OT to Ottawa. There is shame in that. And they beat Carolina in a shootout. This is a Penguins team that, unfortunately, they're bet on. And I'll look to bet on them here in this one. Pens for me.
I feel like we're starting to see a little bit better play from Vegas. They won 3 out of their last 4. Their only loss in the last 4 games is to Calgary, which has played a lot better as of late. They beat Boston. They beat Nashville. They beat the Rangers. And this is all at home. This is their last game of a home trip, Homestead, and then they go to New Jersey to play both the New York teams and then Detroit. So we'll see how that goes for them. But I feel like this is an interesting spot for Vegas. I just feel like I just don't trust Pittsburgh. Yeah, I know your advanced numbers love them, but I'm waiting to see results from that. It would be a lean towards Vegas for me.
Fair. Back to the chat.
No chat. Let's go to the final game.
Yeah, New York Rangers and the LA Kings. Kings minus 125 favorites, total of 6 in this game. Kind of interesting to see the Kings favorites in this game. Let's get into it, though. This line opened up with the Kings as minus 110 favorites, and they've gone up 15 cents to minus 125. Line opened up at a 6 at plus 101. It has stayed there. Taking a look at the cash flow, 64% of tickets, 88% of the cash is on the Kings in this game. 89% of tickets are on the under. One thing we've noticed a little bit with East Coast teams is a bunch of them have struggled going through the West Coast. And obviously the Rangers are off to that struggle here on the West Coast where they went into Vegas. Now it's a good Vegas team, but a struggling Vegas team at the time, and they lost 5-1. This is game 2 of their Vegas and California road trip, where they're going to be in LA, and then tomorrow they're in Anaheim, and then they finish out with 3 games in 4 days with San Jose. So this could be a little bit of a tricky road trip for the Rangers. And when I looked at this game and when I ran my numbers, I have this game projected around minus 120 for the Kings. So I think this line's about correct in this game. So probably no action in this game for me. It's a lean towards LA. They only put up 1 goal last game against the Nashville Predators, but put up 5.08 expected goals. This is a team that, when you truly look at it, it feels like they've been some tough luck losers the last little bit here. The only games they lost the expected goal battle in the last 9 were against Carolina, Tampa Bay, and Florida. So nothing is to be ashamed of there. They've played a murderer's row as of late. They played Nashville, which is but then Dallas, Carolina, Detroit, Florida, Tampa Bay, Washington, Detroit, Toronto, Edmonton. They've had a tough schedule. Like, it's not like they've been going and playing the Blackhawks and the Sharks and weak teams like the Sabres and stuff like that, like weak teams like that. But for me, it'd be a lean towards the Kings. But no play here for me.
Go screw yourself. Kings puck line. I would just go full dick out here. The fact that they're favorites in this game tells me enough. Because the Kings have looked like dog shit, and the Rangers have looked really good. Or, sorry, not really good, but they're one of the best teams in hockey right now. They're 4-5-1 their last 10. So at least they look like they're struggling. They're starting to look human now. I like LA in this one. Puck line at plus 210 could be an interesting spot. And then the Kopitar and Kempe points could be an interesting spot as well, because I've been backing them a bunch and they've been scoring. So Kings, Kempe, and Kopitar for me, Nick, to end out the card.
I like it.
That is all the games for today. We'll quickly mention it because I did post the stuff up on TikTok today. Check out all the links in the description below. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. All of those are in the description. Big thing. Starts in 12 minutes. The card. $5.99 a month, 16 cents a day. There is 21 college basketball plays. I will say, go watch Balling Out. There's 5 of them. But there'll be still another 16 of them available. If you guys want to jump on today, lots of college basketball. Let's make some money. College basketball has been really good to us this year. We're up 12 units in college basketball alone. 77 and 61, up 12.32 units. All of those tracked on the picksandparleys.net website. Jump on. Let's get it. For NBA today, I'm just on Cleveland. And then NFL, I like the Packers. So those are my 2 plays that I really like. And then a bunch of leans in NHL. I don't know how much I'm getting to. I have a lot of action in college basketball today.
Fair. Let's taking a look here. Did I not bet that? What the heck? I thought I bet them. That's annoying. But right now I have the Jets -1, and then I'll be probably after the show be locking in the Devils, the Blues, the Sharks. If I get Vladar, the Oilers -1 and team total over 3.5, and the Pens. That's kind of where I'm looking at for today's hockey card.
I like it. There you go. That's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. And as always, guys, let's go Sabres.